Welcome back. We've arrived on the Deltor. You're in some sort of storage room. A large trunk occupies the center of the room. Perhaps one of the little Sarians is away at enemy eviscerating training camp. The trunk is unremarkable in every way. It is remarkable only in the fact that it is unremarkable. Two enormous storage vaults take up the whole wall of the room. An air shaft protrudes from the wall above your head. It is covered by a vent grill. Anything here have a smell? You can't smell anything beyond the general smell of Sarians, which is unpleasant. These guys definitely need a change in diet. Well, let's see if we can go anywhere else. I'm sure there's no danger. On second thought, let's try something else. Well, there's actually two ways to get past here. You can either use your army knife to open the trunk, in which case you'll get carried off, or you can move the trunk over to the air vent, then try and open that, which is what I'm going to do. Your hands by themselves are incapable of opening it. Well, we can use the army knife for that, I do believe. And now we are in the air ducts. Fortunately, we're not using magnets to climb the air ducts, because, well, anybody who's seen that particular episode of Mythbusters know what the results of that would be. Be quite noisy. And here is another exit. Let's see if we can get out of there. With a mighty, well, wimpy kick, you manage to hurt your foot. However, the vent grill opens. Now where are we? If you'd used the open the trunk route, you'd get in the trunk and then get carried here. The floor's nice and shiny. The room is similar to the storage room with a large machine installed in one bulkhead. Behind the glass door of the machine you can see a load of dirty Sarian uniform components. This is almost certainly a cheap Sarian knockoff of the genuine Clenso-matic rinse and dip used to launder the crew uniforms aboard the Arcada. You see a hint of scaly dandruff. It smells waxy. Just what you thought, waxy buildup. You'd be ashamed if you were in charge of this floor. Ugh, it tastes like detergent. Well, that's not surprising. Well, maybe we can get ourselves a disguise from the laundry machine, or at the very least a helmet. Hey, wait a second, that wasn't what I was trying. Uh-oh, you hear someone coming. Which in this game is not a good thing, usually. Yikes. Well, at least Roger is clean now. Although he might actually be sick. Hey, well, that's one hell of a coincidence. Darn static cling. Hey, look at that. By the most amazing stroke of luck, you've traded in your extremely conspicuous Xenon spacesuit for a Sarian officer's uniform, complete with helmet. Searching the pockets of your newly found disguise, you find the number of possessions you were packing has been greatly reduced. In fact, lost in that limbo void to where socks and baseballs disappear is everything but the data cartridge. Well, that's useful then, because we don't need anything but the data cartridge from here on. And, hey, it looks like there's something on the floor there. Old fabric softener sheets rest on the floor here. Hey, there's an ID card there also. Well, that could be useful. Damn it. Well, I guess that with this new outfit, it might be safe to roam the hallways of this here ship. You close your eyes in hopes your death will be quick, but to your surprise, the guards do not notice you. In fact, you think your uniform is that of a higher-ranking Sarian officer, worth sucking up to. Cool. Very cool indeed. I wonder what this elevator does. It's just another one of those ugly Sarian guards. Wonder where this elevator goes. These protecting it. This is an elevator. Yep, more pipes. You're in a brightly colored hallway of Morta del Tor. 2 elevators dominate the upper level. Let's see what's down here first, before we go and mucking about with some elevators. There are a lot of things here that have descriptions. Hey, we've seen this room before. Only we were on the lower level before. It looks like some kind of experimental orifice. You're standing in the upper level of one of the Del Tor's hallways. You can't help but be impressed with the subtle decoration and color sense shown by the Sarians in their ship design. An offensive smell permeates the entire ship. You really don't want to put your mouth on that. I guess so. Well, nothing here, so... Very annoying sound coming from that thing, by the way. More annoying sounds. 2 zapping, crackling globes spew forth gargantuan amounts of sizzling raw energy. Kinda neat, huh? Back on the Arcada, we couldn't look at stuff that wasn't on the same level as us, but here apparently we can. Since your X-ray vision specs have not yet arrived in the mail, you don't even know this room is over there, so quit messing around and do something useful. But we can look at those things for some reason. It appears to be a standard driver's side rear view mirror, probably standard on all ships of this class. What? It's a panel of lights, again, which you shouldn't be able to see. There's one of those gruesome red-suited Sarians. It's patrolling the hallways, looking for intruders to toast. Well, fortunately we aren't on that side. Anyways, we're in disguise. You can't smell that from up here. I guess so. You're uncertain whether this is a Walwoodian cryobaric hypersleep chamber or the transmission out of a late model Buick Skylark. Well, I certainly wouldn't know. It's just another one of those ugly Sarian guards. Oh well, nothing here either. And they salute me when we go by, which is fun. Looks like there's an elevator here. An elevator door to the lower level. You can't actually go right here, the hallway ends. I want to see what's down here. Yep, more pipes. These egg-shaped lights, if that's what they are just another example of the rather whimsical designs you've observed on this ship. For ugly, smelly, green, planet-destroying murderers, the Sarians appear to have a great sense of aesthetics. Well, great. It's a port of some kind. You've seen more empty space than you care to ever again. It smells like transparent. It tastes like build-up glass cleaner. Can't imagine that's going to taste good. The Sarians smell so horrible, it's hard to smell anything else. We're actually getting pretty close to the ending of the game, which you can tell by the score. So I'm trying to get the best use we can out of all the humorous messages before we definitively say goodbye to this game. Hey, now we're down here. The globes crackle with many colors of light. And you suspect even less helpful manifestation of the electromagnetic spectrum. It looks like some kind of cartridge reader. Maybe the cartridge you have will work in it. And in fact, it does. Like I said, this is the second place where you can read the cartridge, just in case you've forgotten the code or hadn't read it before. It's pretty nice of the game that they give you a second chance to read that, but we've already read it, so we don't need to. You get no clues from the smell. If it smells like Sarians, how good do you suppose it's going to taste? Good point. Oh well, I'm guessing there's not much else we can do here. This doorway leads back to the storage room, where we've already been, so that's rather pointless. So all that's left is those two elevators on the other side. We're gonna see where those lead. Maybe somewhere interesting. We can only use this one because this one is being guarded. Well, let's see where it goes. And it goes to another level, which we'll have to explore in the next video.